Hello folks and welcome to a brand new tutorial on how to create Minecraft 2D using GameMaker. This is part 8. Well, it says 7, but it's really 8. And in this tutorial we are going to create the inventory. So first of all, you need the guy bar, which is in the Minecraft folder, and then remove not have a sprite but only a draw event where we will actually draw the sprite. So this is actually draw self. And then we are going to draw the sprite of the block that is currently in your inventory slot, on that current slot. So we will refer to the object slot control, and then we will refer to the variable sprite. And then inside the brackets, so this is the 2D array, we will also refer to object slot control, and then we will refer to the inventory variable, and I say index and 0. So index means which slot it is in, and so that means that we will set index to every slot, and then say And then we will create 9 objects, and we are going to call this from 0, well, slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, slot 8, and then we have 9 slots, and in the first one we will say that it will have an index of 0, and here we will set the index to 8. Also parent the objects to object slot and set the depth to -10. No, let's say -9. Also, what I forgot to say, just choose your slot sprite here. That's it. Just repeat it. So now we are going to change this sprite to our guy bar, because that is our first slot. Oh yeah, also put it in the guy group. So here we have created all slots at these positions, and these are also the aligned positions. Oh, I didn't copy that. But this X position of slot 3, like this, is actually the same as so. Let's go to object item here. We are going to create the index of the actual blocks. So the blocks are getting an index. And we will be doing that using this width, because if we would do it in the step event, creation event, this creation event will not work unless And finally, we're going to our gravity, which is called in, where is it called? In our step event here, screw graph, and then go to actually the collision event with object T, and I'm going to change these variables, and I am also going to delete this one and this one because I didn't like that, and I'm going to say 666 8 8 and 8, something like that. Now I'm just being random. No, let's change that. Well, we are going to check it at the end of our expression here, if it's still -1, and if it is, you can pick up the blocks. That's the basic. So now it is checking if the current block you are picking up, we are in the step event of our items here, so the current block which is picked up, if it has the same index. And then that current slot will be the slot I, because if I'm checking slot 7 and it has the same index as this as the item I'm picking up, then I want to get that item in this slot, and then we will obviously break the for loop, so the for loop will not continue. So let's then check if slot is still -1, because it could also not be in our inventory yet. So let's say that I have an empty inventory and I'm picking up a random item, then he won't find his index, because that index will be 0. So we are going to check that if let's copy this, is 0, then it's going to put that item in this slot and it will break the for loop again. So I forgot to copy the for loop like that. And after the for loop, we are going to say that if slot is not smaller than 0, let's copy this again, but then say slot and say is index. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we check that if the slot is still not 0, because our inventory could also be full, and let's say we have a full inventory of cobblestone and I'm picking up a dirt item, he won't find the same index and he won't find an empty spot. So then the slot will still be 0 and he won't do this, he will skip this, because slot variable is still smaller than 0. And after that, if slot is still not smaller than 0, we are going to copy this again, but then say amount plus equals 1. So that amount of that current block is going to be plus equals 1. So we get like 1 block extra. So now we got an inventory, and I hope it's working. And also, I'm going to check when my index is that current index, I also want it to be smaller than 64, the amount of blocks. Because if I have a stack of 64, then no more items will be able to put in one slot. So let's test that. Oh my god, I'm praying it's working. Okay, so we can pick it up. Yes, it's working. It's totally working. So it's working for the grass. Nice. That's awesome. So let's pick up this birch. I can pick up birch blocks. Let's pick up stone. So it is totally working. I mean, come on, this is beautiful, right? We got an inventory system, and the next tutorial is going to be about expanding our inventory system, because I can't select my blocks, right? I can't use the a keypad or my mouse scroll thing to scroll through this guy here and select our blocks, and Steve, our guy, doesn't get the blocks in his hand, and we can't place blocks. So we really want to do that, but this is the first step of a real inventory system, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Stay tuned.